wrapped up in my sleeping bag, looking out the window at Aaron's house as the sun is beginning to creep over the horizon. And the trees are silhouetted black against the emerging blue sky with the fading stars up in the sky. And I think to myself how much I hate Aaron because he's got it fucking made with this fantastic house of his, this nice little piece of property tucked away out in the backwoods of South Dakota. God, I fucking hate him. I hope he dies. I hope he dies of syphilis. You piece of shit.
I was help. We are thinking. What are you thinking about? I was thinking while I was at the gym, listening to Raymond Thoughts and Minds, and I listened to him, a while now, of course, but I forget which episode it was. A relatively recent video, and he's talking about just the pain in the ass, the painery, the fuckery, the bullshit he had to go through his corporate job. And I'm sure somewhere in there he's had several jobs, but he was ultimately in marketing. And I'm just like, yeah, even if you're an IT guy and you're working in marketing, it's bullshit. And then there's economics Ethan, which if you don't know, you should subscribe to him too. He worked in big time finance. He worked in the bulge bracket and all that. And I like listening to his channel because I never made it into that. And I'm kind of glad. He's like, Jesus Christ, he suffered so I didn't have to. Because if you ever think you want to work high finance, go listen to his channel. Say, fuck, it's just a continuation of middle school, isn't it? Except with extra small penis dick dude bros. And just you would think high finance, billions of dollars, and no, we're going to let emotions and personalities and politics affect this. We're really going to run like a middle school, huh? We're not worried about math or statistics. No wonder y'all got your asses spanked by the housing market. No wonder Lehman Brothers and the rest of you either went belly up or you needed a bailout like the little bitches, the talentless little bitches you are. Elkins talking about working for the Big Four over a decade ago. And then Ray had Economics Ethan on yesterday or today. I'm like, oh, dang, I'm going to listen to this. And then listening to all of them, and not just them, but just any story I've heard about working in corporate America in some general white collar profession, even no matter what the specialty, just reminded me of me working in it was all bullshit. At the end of the day, was it worth it? Nowhere near. Not even close. Not even like a consulate. Cappy, what would you, military, war, nuclear engineering, tradesman, fucking just work and stay at home. Any fucking thing then, well, you got to go into the white collar. You got to go white, get a college degree. You don't want to work with your hands, do you? You don't want to be a real man, do you? You don't want to have like any skills or competencies about you, do you? Want to just move this mouse, look at him, sit and fucking have your KPI. Hell, I just had a client today. A disagreement about compensation with him and his employer. And technically he was in the wrong. It wasn't malicious or anything. But even listen to that shit. Like, after a while, you're just like, God damn, is there any hope? Does it ever work out? And I even did a video not too long ago that used to have a better shot becoming an influencer than having a successful career, like the one they paint that you're supposed to get when you get your bachelor's degree and your master's degree. Not the one you all got. I'm not saying that. What you were promised, what you were told, there is a better chance. Listen to me. There's a better chance of you becoming a successful online influencer, YouTuber, whatever, than there is getting what you were promised in terms of white collar work. Not because the chances of you becoming an influencer is so high. It's that the chances of you getting what you were promised in white collar work was so low. And then it dawned on me, listening to Raymond Thoughts and Minds. I'm like, we already kind of knew it wasn't worth going to college. We already kind of knew a corporate environment. Yeah, you should go minimalism and da. But what we got to do is we got to realize what's happened is white collar professions as a whole are simply not possible. They're not tenable. They shouldn't even be on the list of recommendations for young people, right? But generally, we break it down into some main general categories. So, like, okay, there's your blue collar work. I know you girls are going to fuck those guys, so fuck it. But, guys are going to go into it for money. Then you got what? Maybe government work, although that's kind of white collar. Just to break it out, generally show what, kind of diversity. There's your service industry, right? Younger people just getting by, starting out, waiter, bartender, barista. Nothing wrong with them. We all had to be there. Security guard work, basic shit. Then there's white collar. And it always seems like that's, especially with college. Was it 65% of young people now go to college? Like, oh, you just go do white collar work. White collar work. Not real. Show me where the success in white collar work was. Show me. You all can't wait to get rid of blue collar jobs. Well, I could have swore back in the day, if you worked at the auto manufacturing plant, yeah, it may have sucked. And yeah, there's some dangers involved and all that. Wasn't glorious or intellectually rewarding work. But you know what? You could afford a house, couldn't you? You could live on one income, couldn't you? And I don't know how long we've been doing this white collar bullshit in the United States. How long? I mean, when did Dilbert start running? Because we knew it was bullshit then. When did Dilbert first run? 1989. It was the goddamn 80s. And they knew it. Scott Adams knew it. The goddamn 80s. And here we are. What is this? 10, 35, 36 years later. 36 years later, and we're still pushing everyone to white collar, despite there being no fucking evidence. This is a overall good thing for the employees. That's what I'm trying to do, is get you guys to realize from the top down that the proposition of going into a white collar profession is already a statistically very I bet you got a better shot at roulette, and not red or green, or was it black or red? Yeah, green is the zeros. I mean, you put your stack on one number, 1 out of 36. Is it? What is it? About 3%? I bet, you know what? Roulette is about right. You stand just as much chance of winning roulette on a single number bet, 1 in 36, as you do having a successful career in white collar professions, whichever one you choose. And the reason generally why is we've just flooded it. You flooded it. You want to know why you don't have to deal with HR, DEI, political horse shit in the trades? Because there's not enough to go around. During the Bakken oil field, there were no Karens. There were no complaints. I'm sure there were complaints. People like, shut the fuck up. Got your shit. We need these guys. I need the truck driver. I need the oil rig driller. I need all these guys. I need the electrician. I need the diesel mechanic. We need all these guys. No bullshit. Then you flood an entire different sector, let's call it, of the economy, the white collar sector, with a bunch of weak, soft, overeducated college graduates, just flooded, thinking it's 1940. Oh my God, that's a college man. He went to college. He's really smart. Back when, what was it? 5% of the people went to college. It was just it was the preserve of, well, probably connected and wealthy people too. I admit that. But also intelligence. And now every freaking dipshit could go to college. Every freaking dipshit teaches at college. And you all graduate degrees. And you go into the trades? No, because, remember the 80s and the 90s? They besmirched the trades. And are you girls fucking the investment bankers, or are you fucking the electricians? I'll go talk to my electrician buddies. I'll ask. I'll find out. We don't need to find out. No, totally snub the totally badmouth the trades. Totally didn't reward the job. They get rewarded now because they're the ones charging $300 for a simple visit. They can make easily 6 figs if they're sober and they show up on time. But no, you need what limp dick people do you girls chase after now? Is it politicians, senators? What do you girls go after? Lawyers? What horse shit do you girls chase? And so now you got a market that's flooded with a bunch of college educated idiots, and a psychopathic, mentally ill cult ensues. I remember way back in the 90s, some of the investment banks wanted to know what was your high school GPA because they had so many people applying for jobs and they all had 4.0s. Like, well, we better decide based on your high school GPA. I'm like, fuck you. Time to fucking leave. And if you did get it, now you got to take DEI training. The fact white men in America tolerate that. Now, I know a lot of you got debt and you're married and, oh, happy wife, happy life. You're debt slaves. I get it. But in past times, it says, you need to take training because you're a threat to other people. I mean, fuck you. You got a white penis. You got to fuck you. No, I don't. But oh my God, spent 6 years getting my MBA. I got to pay off my MBA school. My wife might leave me, even though she's fucking the pool boy. Oh my God. Oh. And you tolerate it. And so I took a little bit of notes here. So follow me through on this logic. But I'm thinking going forward, there are going to be some areas and domains that'd be worthwhile still going into a white collar profession, but we need to throw away specifically what I was thinking is Ray was talking about working in marketing. It's like, fuck, I've never heard a good story about anyone working in marketing. Ethan worked in finance. Never heard. Chad's got a good degree accounting. Now he went off and went on his own, but never heard a good story. My story is working in finance and banking. I've never heard a good story. Like, I got my degree in business management and I had a good career and I was able to afford a house and put 2 kids through college and have an adequate retirement. Never heard it. The white collar profession is failing you. So let me go through my notes, see if it doesn't describe it, and then we can move on and help out the younger kids. Like, it would be great if you all just stopped majoring in business and you all went off and did something else. All right. So there are some key areas that all businesses need, right? And if you're going to major in these things, okay, fine. If you must have a white collar profession, it better be one of these things. All right. First, management. You do not major in management. You major in accounting, you get your CPA, you work your way up through the firm, and then you're in executive management. Right? You do not get a general management degree. You get something else and you work your way up in a corporation, and then they maybe pay for an MBA. But you do not major in general. But there needs to be an executive team. Right? But that's so preciously rare and few positions. There's no reason to fucking do your 1 out of 38 chance of winning it. Then there's accounting. Okay. I'm very pro accounting. Link below. I have a link to the accounting career course me and Chad offer called The World's Greatest Accounting Career. It is more focused on getting you self-employed and remotely employed than it is for you working at the Big Four, which is the perfect example of why you want to avoid white collar work, because it's a nepotistic little bunch of middle school prissy little bitches who are now outsourcing the jobs to India and the Philippines. The Big Four, ladies and gentlemen. But businesses need accountants. I think American businesses are going to regret hiring foreign accountants. I wonder what's going to happen to your tax ID information. IT, we all need IT. I think we all know that the IT guy, so that's a business adjacent career that maybe is worth a white collar profession worth going into. Engineering, we're a big fan of engineering. And I'd even consider supply chain management up there, though I would not get yourself a degree in supply chain management, get yourself a degree in accounting or engineering, and then maybe apply or have a minor in it and get some certifications. It's common sense. I have a master's degree in supply chain management because I did the master's program for another student. Trust me, it's bullshit. For those of you with supply chain management master's degree, it's cute. It's real cute shit. Nice flow charts you got there. Yes, I'm aware of a Gantt chart. I'm aware of the critical path. We don't need 8 courses in it. So that's your core. That's what you need. This leaves all this other horse shit in white collar professions you don't need it. There's no reason for you to go into it. First, marketing and sales. Yeah, you need marketing and sales. Yeah, but you need to go to college for that. And I only know one guy who's successful at it. Every other guy I know has been getting screwed over and their compensation package is fucked with. And then some people just shut the company down. Like, no, there's no reason to work. Oh, and then like you gotta get chicks in marketing. No, fuck that shit. No, absolutely not. Not gonna spend 4 years getting a marketing degree. Finance. Dude, dude, I don't want to work hard like accountants or statisticians. I'm kind of a big idea and I'm going to go flip some property. Those assholes, fuck them. That's probably the most frat boyish, popularity ridden middle school mentality. You want to avoid that fucking shit like the plague, especially if you're good. Especially like, hey, these numbers I pulled, you're not thinking about this. Oh, dude, bro, he's not like a team player. But like, hey, this is not a fucking 80s frat movie. All right. We got billions of other people's dollars on the line here. Do you? Oh, we're a boiler room. Oh, that's why all you guys are going to jail. Okay. So fuck finance. Project management, that's not a thing. It's just common sense. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. I knew someone who got her PMI certification, or I don't know if you did, but I saw the study materials. I'm like, this is the most mind-numbing common sense bullshit ever. PR, that's around marketing, I guess. Maybe that's more like, we're managing our online media. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't you manage your own fucking online media? Don't have a 23-year-old idiot doing it for you. That's how you end up with some trans guy marketing your beer. Hey, hiring managers, how about you interview your own candidates? And the same thing. Hey, companies, how about you do your own PR? Let's give it to these young kids. They're steeped in indoctrination and feminism and transgender studies. Let's give them the keys to the marketing. Let's put them in charge of our internet face to the public world. What do you mean it's full of rainbow colored penises? Oh, who want to work in that? Oh, fuck that shit. And then think of the people who populate this. Oh, the fuck out of here. General business management? No. Kate Dunder Mifflin. DEI, that's on its way out, or it's certainly got some tremendous headwinds. And that is such a bad marketing move. Geez, imagine that. White men and straight people don't like being discriminated against or called evil because of the way they were born. Imagine that. Discrimination, no matter which way, isn't a good PR move. Could you imagine working with a bunch of people in a DEI department? Oh, fuck. How many lawsuits and catty backstabbing bitches? Oh, fuck that shit. HR, same thing. The fuck out of here. And then consulting. I mean, if you could get the work and be high end paid, sure. Again, we're talking the spin of the roulette wheel here. But no, you don't need consultants. You don't want to go into consulting either. I mean, I looked at McKinsey's diversity report. I'm looking at everyone that wrote it and read it, and I'm just looking at these like, no way. No way. You couldn't pay me to work in that Orwellian fucking nightmare of an environment. And so then it really does come down to like general executive management, but you can't major in that. So accounting, IT, engineering, supply chain management. And then when you factor in all these worthless, I mean, they're not worthless, they're roles, but they're so flooded and it's so chock full of petty middle school antics and people trying to avoid real work. So they'll backstab and lie and cheat. And why do you think so many finance people get busted? Because they're lying and cheating and scamming all the time. They just don't want to work. So you factor that all in. This is not a tenable situation. White collar professions are no longer a viable option for anyone who wants to have a living wage, let alone a sane place to work. And you got all these things going against it. The market is flooded with degrees. You have ridiculous education requirements. HR requiring a degree. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not talking like requiring degrees for jobs that don't have degrees because you're the HR lady. I'm saying a degree in HR? Get the fuck out of here. It's like a weekend seminar. Like, here's benefits and compensation. Here's the bout of being an insufferable bitch. Here's how to hire your besties. Here's this way to have the secret job requirements to keep evil white males out. Fuck out of here. And all the master's degrees, this, what was it? I didn't come up with the phrase. Progressive credentialization, where it's never enough. Oh, yeah, and you get a master's degree, then what? CPE, we need more CPE. The learning never ends. Yeah, it fucking stops with me, lady. Fuck that. I'm not sitting through CPE. How many business meetings have you guys sat through? Complete fucking bullshit. So it's turning into like everyone's chasing after the dollars, too many people, and too much backstabbing. Outsourcing, that's a huge thing. We're outsourcing accounting in India. We're outsourcing this to India. We're outsourcing this to the Philippines. Why would you go work there then? Oh, and by the way, let me guess, white collar work. Let me guess where that disproportionately is located. Downtown, where all the action is. GMAC, which is now a defunct company. I remember interviewing with them previous to the housing bubble. They were in the fancy building off of Highland Lake in Bloomington. It was a fancy, glassy, nice building. And then they moved to a lesser building. And then they went bankrupt because they thought they didn't think lending money and financing cars and houses to fucking deadbeats would be the financial end to them. No, it was paying a little bit extra lease to be in a fancier corporate building. And if they had a lower rent expense, that would save them. Nah, they still went belly up. I remember interviewing with them, and then they moved during my interview, and then they never called me back because they were going bankrupt. I'm like, why did they move? That's weird. Forgot where I was going with that one. God, where was I going with that one? I can't remember. Oh no, it was the housing bubble. Ah shit, where was I going with that? Oh well. But yeah, if you take in the ineptitude of and the corruption and the corporate politics of a corporate environment, a bureaucratic environment anyway, then you flood it with a bunch of sanctimonious, overeducated college graduates, especially of you younger type variety where you got to stick your dick of politics in everything and I'm that color. I'm this left-handed, even though that's my right hand. And I kick with my left foot and hop on the right. And therefore, I'm discriminated by the left-handed people who hop on their left. Fuck all of you. And for all you younger people, if you're trying to decide what to do, man, there should be no business schools. There should just be accounting academies, and that's it. And for you younger, dude, go into the trades. Women, dare I say it, maybe just be a stay-at-home wife, raise the kids, be hot. Your job is the treadmill. Is that? Oh no, you're gonna be a bitch in a mini, stupid dumb bitch in a mini. That's your future. But no, for you regular guys out there, and you girls are like, dude, I just go into the trades, go into the military, or engineering, accounting with the full intention of doing it self-employment now as they start to decide, well, you speak English? It's your eighth language and you're barely perfect. Come on. How much do you charge to do people's taxes with their social security number and the most intimate of financial details? 30 cents. Well, come on. We're going to hire you. And you don't need this dipshit to graduate from the U of Chicago. We're going to save so much money. What do you mean lawsuits? Fuck that shit. You don't want to be part of it. And we've always promoted the trades and self-employment because we always knew corporate America was a fucking losing proposition. But when you look at it, white collar professions, nah, man, it's not tenable. Oh, that's it. I remember now. I remember. You have to go downtown where all the action is. So white collar employers love being in the expensive districts commercially, which guess what? That also means it's expensive residentially. Well, you don't work on Wall Street. Fuck you. Not stepping over adult passed out Democrats with needles in their arms, with shit in their pants. Get fucked. Gotta come downtown. Gotta go. I never ended up working at GMAC, but that was their thing. Then they went to a more affordable commercial district. And yeah, actually the rents in that area for housing would have been a little bit cheaper. Dealing with that bullshit? Fuck you. We're not living downtown. No. The trades, the military, self-employment. And if you must go into one of these things we mentioned before, IT, accounting, engineering, maybe supply chain management. Otherwise, dude, you young people, the young people always have the future because you are the future, dude. Do you want to put the nail into Boomer's coffin? Huh? You want to finish where the good guys win? What would happen? Hear me out. In a world, how great would it be if a generation of young people told the boomers to fuck off? Like, no, we're not going to corporate America. And it kind of already did with the laying flat. I like that. But you all became tradesmen and tradeswomen. You built your own houses. You got yourselves out. You could afford your own housing because you built it. You did a good job. You knocked it off with this whiny, victim entitled horse shit. And then you actually had money for retirement. And you want to would really piss off the boomers. You want to would be chef's kiss, cherry on the top. You formed families and no one got divorced. Like your girls got in shape and your men got in shape, and then you'd love each other, and then you'd have loving children. And you know what would really piss off the boomers? What would really win against evil is if you ladies would stay home and raise your kids, and then you also homeschooled your kids. Holy, you want to talk about the Rebel Alliance beating the Empire right there. Imagine me as a Jedi Knight. I'd be the most pissed off, curmudgeonly Jedi Knight. I wouldn't be patient at all. A cursing, swearing Jedi. Fucking goddamn bleep, blah, 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 blah. Like, just more pissed off. I have to throw my lightsaber and fight to be inconvenienced. Link below, I have a link to a book called Worthless Young Person's Indispensable Guide to Choosing the Right Major and Bachelor Pad Economics. I also have a link to this book, Zero World Problems. Please read through this so you know what to truly focus in on life. I got 3 super chats. Do not donate anymore. I have to go golfing because I am a snooty as fuck happy right now. Do you see the fucking shirt my girlfriend just bought for me? Yes, my girlfriend dresses me. Vic, €5. The only reality-based worth it while-collar jobs are IT and accounting. The rest is Game of Thrones politics, make work BS, and literal insanity. Correct. Inquisitor Tibby, $10. Thank you. Need the best example? Look at Caleb Hammer. Dude has a degree, I don't know in what, but he put his loans in the S&P 500 index, if I remember correctly, in his channel where he tries to help people. Reen, $5. There's a thing where people are using AI to apply for jobs to fuck with companies. Good. And send the perfect resume to have a bot respond. Outstanding. All right, I got to go. See you guys later. Toodles.